Hi everyone. I'll update you on what I've been up to. Well, it's been, a couple months I think, since I spoke to y'all last. Um, Recently, well, not recently anymore. In the last several months, I got moved into a new space here at work. Originally, I was a software tester, but they moved me into a different area under a different manager, and I now work in demand resourcing. And what that is in Minerals Australia, which encompasses BHP's Australia part, all around the company in Minerals Australia, different managers might need something. They might need to requisition someone who can do network engineering because they need to, map out whatever the system is at a particular mine site or the camp there, or maybe they need to install a router, or I actually got a request once to install a printer. That was a little too small potatoes for us. But all sorts of different things in the technology, engineering, infrastructure space, Tech Eng Infra for short. BHP sure does love to make things more confusing by shortening them. And they file that request, and that request comes to me using an application called ServiceNow that some of you might be familiar with. And then I take that request and I put it on a big tracking board to keep track of it for the week. And then once a week, all the different heads of the different areas in Minerals Australia meet up, and I go through the list, and we get each demand resourced, demand resourcing. And they say, network engineering, put Gregory on it. Gregory works in that area, and he's already at that mine site, so it's perf. So I take that down, diggly diggly do, and then I go and I tell Gregory, okay, you're now assigned to this project. Can you tell me how much of your time you're going to need so we can work out the scheduling? And that's what demand resourcing is. And like half of what I've described could be done with a simple computer command, but the hard part, the tricky part, isn't the writing stuff down part, which a computer could do. The tricky part is noticing the connections between different tasks, different demands that have been allocated and requested, and in following up with people and making sure that they fill the request. Because sometimes if this stuff doesn't get filled quick smart, bad things will happen. And it took me a while to learn this new area, but it was really interesting. I've enjoyed, enjoy's a strong word. It's work. It's not something that fires my passion, but I have learned a lot more about how BHP works as a company and what our different projects are and what's going on at the moment by working in this area. So that I have enjoyed. But I was replacing one person because this person was moving on to a new area. So I got moved in to learn under them and then take over from them. And it was being done by one person before. But different people have different aptitudes, as I say here all the time. And as much as I would like that apply to thee and not to me, it does apply to me too. And I wasn't doing a very good job. I was working as hard as I could. Another thing I like to say here a lot. But I was just getting swamped. And in my defense, also, the demand in that area, the traffic in that area did kick up a little bit too. So, but I was just getting completely flummoxed. I was spending all of my work energy and even some of my, general energy on this, trying to get all of this done every week, because the board resets every week. So you have to constantly keep up or you will get snowed under really fast. And I was trying to do everything, and I was entering every week completely drained and unable to really do anything except flop back and be like, just put on Netflix for the next 2 days. I'll get Uber Eats. I'm not even going to think about cooking. yeah, it sucked. It's why I haven't made any videos. I've wanted videos. I've had cool things happen that I've wanted to talk to you guys about, but I was barely even able to do the cool things, much less plonk down here and do a video about it. And eventually, after a couple weeks of this, I had to call time, and I called a meeting with my boss and a couple other people in the area, and I said, look, I'm sorry. I've tried my damnedest. I have given it everything I have, and I've, put it in. I'm not giving up quickly. It's been several weeks, but I can't do this alone. And that was a really hard conversation to have, especially because pay raise time at BHP is just around the corner, so that's really a conversation you want to be having right before then. Hey, that task that I'm replacing one person on? Well, I can't do as good as that person did, so yeah, raise please. We'll see how that goes. But, it wasn't just holding back me. There are a lot of people who rely on the demand resourcing space. A lot of the company runs out of that one area. It's a major traffic intersection, and I had to say, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing this area justice, and I need help, because we need to get this backlog cleared so that these people can get their projects done on time. And so we have that now. There's a couple of... I'm still doing a goodly portion of it. I think I'm doing the majority, but there are some other tasks now that have been temp allocated over to other people. And one of them's an intern who was helping out anyway, but he was doing something else, and now he's doing this. So, he's supposed to be there to do scout work anyway. But, yeah, I'm bummed out about that, but it had to be done. And I think... I don't know, I'm telling you guys about it just so you know where I've been and why I haven't been here. But also, I can't be the only one who's feeling like that in the world. And I would really urge, if you feel that way, to have that conversation with your boss. My boss was really cool about it. She didn't kick my butt. I was kicking my butt enough for everyone. She said, that's cool, I understand. Different people have different aptitudes. And, you're good at other stuff, Alex. Well, thank you. We'll get some help out here, and we'll get this show back on the road. And, yeah. So, yeah. If it's too much for you, speak up, because, I can't guarantee that if you do speak up, someone will help you, like someone helped me. But I can guarantee if you don't speak up that nothing will change.